stint on the injured list between start one and his second start, and here's the A's first hit of the 25 season.
Values the inside part of the plate for the reason that we saw unfold.
A little inside-out swing from Jacob Wilson leaks into right field, and once again, Andujar over at first with 2 outs here in the 5th, and that one's going to get into the outfield. Andujar on the move. He'll head towards third. Here comes the throw. Andujar.
Sweeper slowing things down.
Here's the 0-2 against Jacob Wilson. This one on the ground. It's going to be a tough play for Dylan Moore, and no throw over. West Sacramento in their time in the PCL. And Jacob Wilson drives her in the left. Jacob Wilson strikes green and gold in Sacramento. Jacob Wilson coming up to the outfielder song, and that's going to get to the outfield over a jumping Nico Horner at the ballpark in West Sacramento. Come on out and enjoy the good weather next week. Jacob Wilson is going to enjoy another hit.
He'd love to hit it, and he's hating the fact that it's caused him some fits.
Jacob Wilson will get another hit. Dumps this into center field. Jacob wastes no time to right field on the run. Is Seiya Suzuki. He can't get there. This will bounce off the wall. And ball. It led to the Phillies' first run, and eventually Jacob Wilson gets a hold of one. Jacob Wilson, homer! There's the power in his second year. And Jacob's going to get it into the outfield. This drops down. In comes a run. Blade scores. Langoliers around. The A's have scored 2. Ramon Marquez faced the first 3 hitters for the A's here in the 6th. Jacob Wilson into left field. That's on the line. A fair ball. The hit streak continues. More importantly, the A's take the lead. First major league strikeout. And a guy that doesn't do that often, this time in play. A fair ball, tough for Ryan McMahon. It's going to one-hop over. Jacob Wilson safe.
As contact is concerned.
King to Wilson, and Wilson lines it into right field, and it drops down in front of Tatis, who attempts. And now Jacob Wilson punches one into left. So last game of the year in 2024. And he will drop one into left field. It just continues. A's and former A's. And he will ground it deep into home. Short diving attempt by Bogarts. That sneaks through for a hit. It gets past Gonzalez and will continue to roll. Blade scores. Here comes Andujar and the A's. Sui. Bouncing ball. Fair down the left field line. Jacob Wilson takes a turnaround first.
That either.
0-1. Line the other way. It's dropping fast and gets down. So Jacob quiet tonight. Grounded into a double play and then now lines it over Acuna for a base hit. Langoliers getting the windmill home. Soto loads up. The throw is late.
That last year was a really good year.
Chopper fair down the first baseline. Wilson's going to take a turnaround first. He'll test Soto's arm.
Season 16 total dating back to last year, and why not start another hit streak right now?
Great time.
Another fair ball. This one again into right field on the first base line, and easing into home for the first score will be Lawrence. The Athletics will see over the weekend. And Jacob Wilson, that's going to land fair. Driving in a run. Wilson extra bases as
second on that list. Even that big curveball.
Jacob into center field. It's going to drop down.
Bouncing.
And on the 10th pitch, Jacob Wilson makes Chad Patrick pay for Jacob. And this one's going to get down as well. So another hit.
Off the barrel.
Bring up Jacob Wilson. He wastes no time. This is going to be a... Oh, gets through. And that's going to get through. Jacob Wilson on cue.
Side open for Wilson. He's been known to go that way. But instead, he'll poke the bat head out, drop it into left field for a base hit. 3-1. Line drive to center field. It's a base hit. Streaking around third is Urias. The throw to the plate is late. It's late. The A's win the series. Jacob Wilson walks off the Rangers again.
Urshela. He's trying to answer back after the White Sox took a 1-0 lead. Jacob Wilson to left field. This ball's traveling. See you later. Jacob Wilson, one swing of the bat. Sixth in Marcotte's lineup. One of his better batting averages there. And another hit for Jacob Wilson and an RBI. In comes one run after kicking it in the outfield. Another in, and it's a tie ball game. Jacob Wilson is your guy. That is what we've learned in the last 2 days. And this one gets past Andrew Vaughn. Jacob Wilson continues to hit first pitch, and Jacob Wilson sends one into left field. It's going to bounce. Here's the 1-1 and the bunt from Jacob Wilson. That's going to get past a Valdi run in.
Strikes with that pitch tells you just how deceptive.
Jacob Wilson over to first. Jake Berger gloved it, lost it, and into center field. It's going to drop down, and Jacob Wilson on with a base. Schumann in second, Pareda at first. Here's the pitch, and it's going to get past the glove of Marcus Semien. In comes another run. Max Schumann coming home. It is 2-1, and it's a grounder up the middle. It'll be a chance for the second baseman under his glove, and
Get about, but learn to value in a different way.
And Jacob Wilson on cue, another hit. Adjusting in approach, the guy at the plate in Jacob Wilson has walked in back-to-back games. This time going to go for the hit variety. That gets down.
Timed up in terms of his mannerisms.
Here's the pitch. A high bouncer, and Jacob Wilson's going to beat it. On to third.
Tonight, at that 400 mark.
1-2, and that's lined into right field for a base hit. Rounding third is Blade, and the A's have doubled their total. They lead 2. First pitch to Wilson is grounded through for a base hit. He's getting the windmill home. Blade is going to score. 0-2 pitch back up the middle, a base hit. Wilson does it again. The savior in Sacramento tonight. Bouncing ball off of Brash's glove, and that will trickle into right field. First pitch from Lou is a bouncing ball up the middle, and it will clip off of the glove of Crawford. 2-0, and that's lined the other way, fair down the right field line. That'll tuck into the corner, and Wilson will push for second base.
I went back and studied it. It freed me up.
1-2, grounded off the diving glove of Tellez. That trickles into the corner. Brown is going to score.
He's able to put up 8 hits.
3-1. Make that a 4th hit and a 4-for-4 day for Jacob Wilson. 1-1. Line drive to left. That's dropping down and will loop in for a hit. Rounding third is Schumann.
Has been on a heater.
Now Wilson clubs this to left center field. Dominguez on the run. He's still going at the wall. It's off the wall, and Wilson will pull into second base. You know, it's not the same reception as Aaron Judge as Wilson shows bunt, lays down a beauty. Up the line. Barehanded try by Peraza.
I'm sure ventured here to Dodger Stadium plenty. Here's the 3-1, and sneaking through to break that 0-for-6 streak he had going on.
He's in there.
Back to the top of the order with Jacob Wilson. He wastes no time. Jacob Wilson, welcome home. A 2-run homer for Jay Williams. Play for free?
Pretty much.
Here's the 3-1. He hits this one to center field. That ball's going back. That ball's going back. And gone.
Clubhouse. That goes without saying.
And Jacob Wilson's going to sneak one through. Yeah, he has the home run capability.
Facing the veteran Justin Verlander.
Into left field, going back towards the wall, and he drops the ball. Jacob Wilson heading to second. Elliot Ramos here today that sits at a season high of 4. Ties a season high, and Jacob Wilson with an opposite field hit.
5 minutes.
Yep. 1-2, back up the middle. And a single for Wilson.
We're out of the chairs. Folks at home are on the edge of their seat.
2-1. Single to center.
Take a beat or so off the field. DH spot.
Jacob Wilson does what he does. Last inning, hoping they don't this time. Well, now Wilson drops it into center field, and Schumann will scoot into second.
He's here as of late.
3-1, that's line fair down the third baseline. That'll tuck into the corner. Wilson rounds first. He's into second, and the ball 0-2. And Wilson hits it the other way and ties the game. At first, in a 4-4 game. Now Wilson, ground ball deep in the hole, it's short, and it's misplayed by Turner.
His first 10, unblemished record of 5-0.
First pitch swinging, Wilson driving it to left field. Kepler going back, and Wilson has homered.
With one swing.
1-2, ground ball up the middle. Backhanded by Stott, recovers well, but Wilson is able to beat it out. He has 2 hits, including a homer. 2-2 pitch, make that 3 hits. It's into left center, but Wilson
6 for 13 in that series against the Phillies, and that's going to be a flare into the outfield. Denzel Clark, look at the stop sign at third.
A lot sooner so that you're not fishing way out of the zone.
And this one's going to head towards center field. It's going to get down, and Jacob Wilson launches this one. Left field for Jacob Wilson. Crawford boxes. Here he comes. A home run to take the lead from Jacob Wilson. It's 3-2.
Dip into the power.
Lawrence taken off for third, and the hit right up the middle. Lawrence will have an opportunity to come home now, and it's 3-2. Goes by his first name. Call him Jacob sometimes, and this is why. Up the middle for Jacob Wilson, the approach. And Jacob's gonna hit it off the glove of Bo Bichette. Here's a ground ball. Lawrence will have an opportunity to keep moving as this ball gets past the second baseman in Schneider and into third. What is that, Dallas?
Popping the top.
Popping the top, and how about popping a hit? Jacob Wilson will pick up his 70th.
Rooker bobblehead right now at athletics.com/promotions.
First pitch swinging for Jacob Wilson, and 3 for 3 as he.
Big right-hander Chad Green on now.
Jacob Wilson towards second base there, up the middle. It gets away from the first baseman on the.
On this a number of times, his water polo days. First pitch swinging is Wilson, dumping it into right center. Buxton dives, and it gets down. Butler will move to third. Wilson stretching for second. Entering play tonight. 1-0, and a line drive to center. Wilson has another hit. 1-1, he sweeps it to right. Larnach coming in, still going. He dives, and it drops down. Butler to third. He's going to be waved home. Here comes Larnach's throw. It is up the line.
Inches away from sewing one on.
2-1, high in the air, deep to left. Bader goes back, and that ball is way gone. 1-0, and that's looped into right field for a base hit. Emar will hold up Butler at third.
And I think that's where being able to analyze numbers.
And he swings on the first pitch and drops it into right field. Late break for Denzel. It'll load up the bases. Lawrence represents the tying run here in the bottom of the third. 2-2 pitch, and Wilson pokes the bat head out and drops it into left. Clark scores. Here comes Butler, and the game is tied. Game at 3-3. 2-2, and a hard shot beyond Urias. It clipped off of his glove and leaked into left. 3-2. Morton from the stretch kicks home the 1-1, and Wilson bounces it the other way. It's through for a base hit. Emar is going to wave home Butler. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is late. Wally Moses, who reached 90 in 67. Now a ground ball up the middle, and just as we're talking about it, we get to watch something special day in and day out. And now he'll ground it through for a base hit. Clark getting the windmill home. Carlson is not going to come up firing. It's Jacob Wilson to lead things off, and he grounds it down the third baseline. Got a chance for 2. And he will get to second base.
It's pretty cool to be mentioned in that same sentence with a guy like Aaron Judge. Here's another hit. Book it. leader with his .448 batting average. And just on cue, moving him around. Denzel's going to get
on the right. Probably came build with a little more speed and power.
Chalk it up as another hit for Jacob Wilson. And Jacob Wilson will add another hit.
They each needed to do to try to execute the play.
And executing Jacob Wilson up the middle.
I was talking to Brownie, and I'm so glad he brought up just the relationship.
This one's going to be tough, and Frommer can't pick it up. So second to Aaron Judge in all of the major leagues. A fly ball out to center field, and Jake Myers is going to dive for it. He drops it, and Lawrence is going to have to hustle on to second.
Play, and you saw the emotion from Kurtz.
Jacob Wilson puts a swing on one to left field. Wilson with the homer.
Disappear.
And Jacob coming through into left field. Around is the speedy Denzel Clark. The throw will go over to first. It's Aaron. And Jacob will head to second with Lawrence on to third. There's the throw.
See what happens.
2-2, and in play it is. Jacob Wilson with a 2-out hit to center. And Jacob Wilson's going to drop one into right field. So Denzel going first to third in a hurry.
But
0-2 to Jacob, and that's going to be a backhand for Baez, but he has no throw after tonight. Big concert in the city for the boys. And Jacob Wilson with a hit here in New York.
Starting to flirt with the changeup.
And Jacob Wilson does Jacob Wilson things. 200 hit season. The A's haven't had one of those since Miguel Tejada in 2002. This one into right field, and it's going to land. It's a fair ball. Jacob Wilson's going into second.
Remember who you've got behind the plate, though, and Patrick Bailey.
And Jacob Wilson out to left center. This is going to bounce and hit the wall. Here comes Max Muncy home. He's going to find the hole. Jacob Wilson will have the first hit of the game.
For him to see that bird song curveball there.
And Jacob with an opposite field hit, make it here in the 7th inning. Lifted out to left, charging in is George Springer, and it's going to bounce in front of him.
2-2 pitch, little broken bat, flare into right. It drops down, scoring position. 0-1 pitch, that's hammered to deep left. Nolan Jones going back at the track and at the wall, and Wilson has homered.
5th in baseball.
3-2 payoff pitch, ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. Soderstrom will come around to score.
A very big spot. Here's the 0-1 from Munoz, and right up the middle, Jay Willie keeps it going. Here comes Brent Rooker. Here's the payoff pitch. Soderstrom going. Hit into left. It's going to drop. Soderstrom will keep going to third. Jacob puts a swing on one. Out to the gap in left center field. Going back. Jacob Wilson off the wall.
So, Jacob Wilson, you got to be ready to hit.
Wilson ready. Puts a swing. Left field. And a homer for Jacob Wilson. Oh, he's the cutest. Crushing the baseball life. Jacob Wilson will add another hit. Rays won 5-1 to advance and play the Houston Astros. A swing for Jacob Wilson to drive to left, and Jacob Wilson has a homer.
Round here. What for you do you think?
Minor into right. Leadoff single. Ground ball up the middle. That's a start. Grom. 1-2 pitch, back up the middle. Duran with the backhand. 1-2 pitch, line drive the other way. It'll drop in front of Garcia. Left center field, that's dropping down fast. Hellman dives and it drops down for a hit. Harris scores. Here comes Geloff. Wilson slides into second base.
Play not made out in center, and
Soft line drive into right field that'll drop down for a hit.
What he's meant to Osvaldo Bido and his growth.
Butler going. Wilson swinging and lining it to right center field. On to third is Butler. Tier league. Ground ball and through for a hit. Wilson's got another. Butler takes a turn for third. He'll get there. Of 2023 at Busch Stadium. A line drive beyond the diving reach of Mason Wynn into left center field to get out of it with just one run of damage. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball back up the middle and through for a base hit. Langeliers scores. It's
just going through some shadow work and continuing to iron those kinks out.
On one liner into left field. Kurtz will get the stop sign.
You saw patience and you saw power.
Look at this. Doesn't have to be hit hard. It finds a hole. 0-2 back up the middle. Neto stops the baseball. 1-2 grounded the other way. Underneath the diving low, and there's a base hit. 2-0 pitch. Into the sixth gap, a base hit.
Without a doubt.
Line drive. Base hit for Wilson. His second hit of the game. Close that gap against quite possibly the best offensive player in the entire league, and he's going to add another hit. Poke down the right field line. He'll push for second.
At athletics.com/promotions.
Jacob Wilson punches one into left. There's a hit and only one out. 3-2. Rooker's going. Hit off of Green. That spurts down the first base line. Langeliers will score. Rooker getting the windmill home. He comes around third. He will score. 1-1. Line to right center field. That'll do the job and roll for a while. Langeliers scores. Rooker getting the windmill home. Here comes De La Cruz's gun to the plate. It is perfect.
To the fans, not only here at the ballpark, but
Wilson drives one to left. Benson back, and Wilson has homered.
Here's the 0-2. Reach for a slow roller. Bregman to first, and Wilson beats. Here's a grounder, slow to short. Story coming in, trying to barehand it in the AL batting race. 329 is what he's hitting compared to the 318, but this will help Jacob Wilson's case. And the payoff pitch, Jacob Wilson into right. Soderstrom will go first to third.
Using that fastball right now if we get one.
And Wilson on the ground. Story and an errant throw into the dugout. Here comes a run home as Nick.
At least outwardly pressing.
This one out towards center field. O'Neal Cruz isn't going to have a chance at it, and it's going to go off the wall into second. 2-1 from Javier. That's ripped out into left field. Jacob Wilson will have extra bases. Here's the 0-2, and that's going to get down the first baseline into right field. Coming home will be a run in Soderstrom.
10 walks.
2-2.